Hello everyone, thank you for stopping on my channel. And this video we are going to have a look at the operation reports feature in this hospital management system that we are contributing to. So what we have here is a form where we can fill information and we can view all the operation reports generated from here. So let's get started. Here I am here on the web.php file. From here we're going to go to the operation report Livewire component, and we need to configure this as we did for other components. So let me work on that. Okay, so just like this we will have different pages for each section. Like whenever you load the page, we are going to load the index page, and this variable should be set to index whenever the class is mounted. And for that we can just copy that part of the code from here. So from department I'm going to come here and paste that. So whenever the Livewire component is mounted, the page is set to index. And then let's go to the operation report that file. We need to create a folder /index.blade.php, and just like that we will need two more files, create.blade.php and edit.blade.php. So we are going to move the form from here to create.blade.php, and here we will have all these information. So the variable that we are passing here is reports, and then for each report as report and pagination, something like that. So now it should be looking good. Now we have to add a button here. Okay, so when you click on this button, add new, you will be redirected to the create page, and we have to set the logic for that here on the class. So we have this method, it's going to set the page to create, and whenever the page is set to create, it's going to render this blade file where we will pass doctors and patients. So as you can see in the form, you choose the patient, you choose the doctor, and you set the timestamp and add details. So we're gonna do the same. Okay, so we are loading for each patient, we are loading the name of the patient, and let's make sure that we have those properties available. So we do have the name, and for the doctor, I guess it has relationship to the employee, and then employee has a name. So that's the thing we have to add here in the create.blade.php. So for the doctor, the relationship should be employee name, and the same here. And we have to make sure that we are doing the right thing. So let me check the add operation report method. Okay, so what we have here is the add operation report method, and if the added operation report ID is not set, then it's going to add the patient. And I just changed the logic here because we have changed the logic here in the operation report model. So we are using the patient ID, doctor ID, status. We do not have time, I guess. So let's confirm that from the migration. So I'm going to go to create reports migration, and you can see we do not have the time here. So we are going to do the same with the UI that we have here. So we are using the patient ID as a value, and we are using the doctor ID as a value, showing the doctor name. And then here we have the time, but we are not storing it, so I'm going to remove it and instead add the status. So it's going to be status. We will change that to status as well, and you can see here the status is either pending or completed. So we are going to fill that right here, capitalize the labels, and status error right here. Okay, cool. So now let's just change this because it's gonna be, we have two files for edit and update, so we don't need this. Now back to the Livewire class. Here we have to change the time to status in all the places, and now we can give it a try. So I'm gonna refresh the page and let's see if we have any error. Okay, no errors. So I'm gonna click on add new. Okay, we have an error, so let's debug it. Create.blade.php end of file. Seems like we have some conditions. Okay, so removing that. Now refresh the page, add new. Okay, so here we have the doctors and the patient, and we can choose the status. So let's use pack filler to fill this form. Okay, the patient is that, choose a doctor and add some details. Status is pending, save it, and we have a problem. So let's just throw off all of them in a div and then we need to have a look at this form. And also let's just open the developer tool, so if we have any errors we will be able to see it down there. So I'm gonna click on add new, choose patient, and so we are going to fill some pack details and then choose a doctor. Status has completed, and we got an error, no property found, patient ID. So this is wrong. The variable in the database is patient ID, but properties of Livewire we are using in the blade files are not like that. They are just proper names. So let's give it a try again. Okay, so after filling the form, I'm gonna click on save. Again we got an error, patient ID is invalid. Oh, so we have not saved the file, my bad. Let's refresh the page and do the same thing again. Click on save. Okay, so nothing happened, seemed like it went through successfully, but let's confirm that. And you can see it has been saved, but we need to make sure it's looking good and the proper values are displayed. So first of all, whenever the item has been added, then we have to set the page back to index. So we can do that like this, and after that let's go to index.blade.php, and here patient has name and doctor is employee and has a name. Okay, so now it's looking good, the details are displayed properly, and we can get into edit and delete operations. So let me just edit this one, and we have to property delete edit from not component. So let's configure that. This should be fine now, but we have to work on edit.blade.php, and the way we can do that is to put the content of this one, and then we can do something like if we are passing the report. So if report of status is equal to pending, then set this active or selected, otherwise the next one will be selected. And we have to do the same for the patient and doctor, and the same for the patient. This should work fine, so let's give it a try. And the same method is called because of the conditions that we have. And when you click on edit, it's going to find that item and fill the details we see above and set the page to index, so it should work fine. So if I click on edit, it's gonna open the form with the available information, and I can set the status to pending, and let's say I want to save it, but let's make sure everything is looking good. So click on save, and the patient ID not found. So patient ID, this is wrong, this should be right here, and it should work perfectly fine now. So let's say I want to change the status of this from completed to pending, and you can see the status is now changed. And the final thing is to test the delete functionality, which I think should be working totally fine, but let's give it a try. So we created this item, and if I click on delete, I'm going to confirm that, and it's deleted successfully. So that's about the report separations in this hospital management system, that open source project that we are contributing to. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.